Hi folks, this video is about love. Unconditional love. God help us all. I've learned a few things about it, so I'd like to share them with you on this video. I believe that it's true that you're only capable of receiving love from life, from situations, and from other people as much as you love yourself. And so it's an old cliche, and the English language is definitely limiting with expressing these kind of these ideas. But let's try, shall we? So, how do you love yourself? That's the question, right? And so for me, it's a lot about acceptance, accepting yourself the way you are, your past, things you've done, and it's a lot about nurturing yourself. Like, are you getting enough sleep and enough exercise, and are you getting your basic needs met? That's a big part of it. And are you taking care of business? Or are you focused too much on business and you need to relax a little? It's sort of. And so I would invite people, if you're on one side or the other, to sort of meet in the middle. If you're a little bit flaky and off into it's all about love and you don't have to worry about your bills and you keep you're in debt, maybe take care of a way of self-nurturing would be to pay your bills. And if you're a workaholic and you're ahead and successful, but you feel like you're missing the mark as far as connecting intimately with your family, with your friends, and with yourself, maybe come on back a bit. Maybe take a couple of days off a week, and find time to relax and to be and be creative. And so for me, it's about switching it up. Wherever, if anything that you're in an extreme of, sort of come back and meet in the middle some way. And a big one is ask your friends, ask your buddies. Say, please tell me the truth. Please don't lie. I need to know, what am I doing that I'm not aware of? And there's all these little hidden nuggets that our friends are afraid to tell us, because it's like it's the opposite sometimes of what you think. If you think you're one way, you're definitely not this other way, and then you'd be surprised if you really get some serious feedback from close friends that you've got this edge in the way you are that you're unaware of, that's really slowing down your ability to receive intimacy. You're kind of pushing people away with this character trait of yours. That's a big part. It's been a big part of my learning about love and stuff. And so, how do you nurture yourself, right? Are you getting enough sleep? And are you, if your shoulder's sore, massage it yourself. Get in there and give it some love. You know what I mean? And how can you reach out to other people? How can you nurture other people? And again, meet in the middle. If you're over nurturing, take a break. Set some boundaries and pull it back in a bit. And don't be afraid to ask other people to nurture you. And that's sort of classic, one way or the other, right? And so don't let life victimize you with getting a short end of the stick on being nurtured and things like that. And culturally speaking, I feel like we need to be more intimate. For God's sakes, grab people, kiss people, hug people, rub their backs. If it's a stretch for you, and if you've had trauma in your life, I'm sorry that that invitation is arrogant. But just wherever you are on that state, on that ladder of intimacy and openness with other people, just try to take it to the next level. Is what I'm inviting you. Reach out to people and try to be accessible to other people, whatever that means. If you feel like you've got too many boundaries, or if you're closed off a bit, and open up more. And again, ask people to meet your needs. If there's something that you feel like it's obvious that you need, but you're not getting it, well, maybe it's not so obvious to your friends and to your partners and your lovers and your family. Just don't be afraid. Be brave to actually have a sit down and both tell each other, honestly, this is kind of what I need, and I'm embarrassed and vulnerable to be asking for more love, more intimacy, more connection, more compliments, but yeah, just go for it. And culturally speaking, I feel like I think that we've lost our whole tribal sense, and so there's this separation that I often think about and talk about with friends, and hear my friends talk about, is that people really feel excluded. And you think that there's this group of people where they're all tight and they're all good and everything's okay, and then when you get to know them and you hear, no, actually they rarely hang out, and there's turmoil and dysfunction in that relationship too. So the grass always looks greener on the other side. That being said, with this in particular, the love thing, some people do have it down for whatever reason more than others, and there's this beauty in watching two people sit together and be present for each other, and really listen to what the other person is saying, and really offering truth at the same time about where you're at and what's happening. And it's just such a beautiful thing to see. And I feel like in this fast-paced life, we sort of skip that step where it's just, everything's a little bit shallow, and let's get on to the next thing. So that's another thing I would encourage people to do, is to really sit with the person that you're talking to and really listen to what they're saying. Ask some questions, for Christ's sake. Find out what the hell they're talking about. Don't just jump the gun to the story that you have in your mind about what they're doing. So ironically, it's another way to get love, is by accepting somebody else, and inquiring as to where they're at with their life. They feel loved, and then in return will ideally show you that same compassion. And also for me, it's a lot about loving and accepting the moment. And if you have a momentum around that, if your momentum is say the intention for the day, if you will, is to try to love and accept everything that's coming your way. Again, don't be a doormat and have people walk on you. But if that's your intention, is to see beauty in everything, and not saying everything is beautiful, but if you can just try to see beauty in all of your experiences, that's an amazing thing in my experience. And it creates this momentum that it helps you over the speed bumps of things that actually come up that kind of suck. But then, ironically enough, when the smoke clears, most things aren't really that big of a deal. And so the whole don't sweat the small stuff is true. And at the same time, those small things, if you're sweating them, are showing you there's a bigger picture, right? So that's the whole thing about getting help. If you've got some stuff going on, get some help. Any kind of trauma or any kind of dysfunction in your life, you ask for help. But if you don't have that much money, ask friends and read some books, take a workshop, just do what you can do to be more open to the idea that there is love emanating from the earth, from the moment, from your friends, and from existence, and whatever it is you believe in, from your ancestors. Because I believe in that your ancestors are with you and they're helping you. And so for me, that's the momentum that I have, is that I'm not alone, right? I've got help, and it's a we, like we love. We love. That's what we do. My ancestors and I, wherever we go, we try to see and to perceive love and to emanate love into the situation. And it can look like telling somebody off. It can look like saying, hey, you know what? That's bullshit. And yeah, I don't buy the whole don't say it if it's not nice. That doesn't work for me at all. If somebody's crossing your boundaries, or if there's an injustice, and the best you can do is get kind of rowdy and a bit obnoxious about it, do it. That's what I say. Get that out. at the same time, don't make that your focus, the injustice, the things that need to be fixed, the things that need to be tweaked. I feel like, take the time to figure out what it is that needs to be changed and harmonized in your life, Take the time to do that, but don't spend your whole day looking for things that aren't working. That's what I would encourage you to do, is make your focus more about seeing the beauty and the love in life. Oh God, there's so much I could say about this, but I'm gonna wrap it with that. So yeah, peace be with all of you. Take care.